Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Wow, it's all happening in Durban, isn't it? I wonder how the tourist operators enjoyed having no bars, just drinking bottled water, and probably being restricted to 1-minute showers to maintain the water reservoirs on top of their hotels. They're 5-star hotels. And exciting Durban. You've got to admit that, wow, this is a conference. This tourism indaba in Durban that finishes today is one they will never forget. Durban is an exciting place. It's like the Wild West. Oh my God. 3,000 rioting Durban sanitary workers, or DSW, have completely destroyed South Africa's tourism industry. And the mayor of Durban is a complete disgrace. And she is a member of the ANC. Don't forget that. Now, I'm going to start this. I've got a whole lot of stuff to do with Durban, but I want to start at the beginning with a couple of alerts I've received via Mark. And the first alert is as follows. Morning residents, please be on the lookout for metro water vehicles in our area. They're talking about Durban area. There is a good possibility they are attempting to sabotage water lines. Please post any sightings on the chat so members can respond. This is not to create panic, but rather for us to be more vigilant. This came from a reliable source that works from Mobeni water. They are actually damaging the valves. P.S. Much of Malvern was without water for a few days. Fire department was assisting on Main Road earlier to open all the water valves that had been shut down by municipality workers. That's the first alert. And again, another alert from Mark. And while I'm just pulling up the second alert, what I would appeal to people is that if you see something like a DWS vehicle in your area, please take some video footage and send it to me. Okay, it's really important. We need to report as much of this as we can. Okay, Mark Sanderson continues. Our Mobeni 1 and 2 reservoirs have collapsed, leading to several areas without water, and I'll show you a video of that in a second. We are still investigating the cause and the extent of the damage. Affected areas are listed below. And then he gives the regions, which are Mobeni West, Prospecton Industrial, Reunion, Umlazi A and V, Woodlands, Osterville, Durban Old Airport, Isipingo Beach, Jacobs, Merebank East, Merewent, Mobeni, and Stanback are apparently the suburbs or regions that have been impacted by this. Obviously, they weren't maintaining this water storage, and it just collapsed. As I said, I'll show you a video shortly, but I think that collapse was helped probably by a couple of the people. Now, there's some more stuff here about Durban. Okay. Okay, Michaela wrote to me, and hi, Michaela, you're sending me some great stuff. The destruction of infrastructure continues. And she says it's a good thing that the tourist indaba is taking place while all hell breaks loose. The delegates get first-hand sights and sounds of the dangers that they're putting unsuspecting tourists in when promoting South Africa as a safe tourist destination. Hopefully, having been caught up in this mayhem and having experienced the negative impacts such as water shortages, being kept holed up in accommodation for safety reasons, will open their eyes and they will act responsibly when promoting South Africa. The rioters that are celebrating their destruction of infrastructure and destroying tourism have absolutely no idea how the consequences of their selfish behaviour will have far-reaching impacts, not only for the city of Durban and surrounds, but for the country as a whole. South Africa is not safe for its citizen, let alone the tourists that are exploited by unscrupulous agencies that refuse to expose the truth, putting profit above human safety. Well said, Michaela. Thank you for that. Now, before I show you the two videos, I just want to give you a couple of reports that are related to this damaged tank or water reservoir at Mobeni. Give me a second while I just pull this up larger. And while I'm doing that, please don't forget Sunday night. That's tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Johannesburg time. I will be having a fireside chat with Simon Roche of Saitlanders, and Dwayne will be joining us during the discussion. All right, getting back to this Mobeni water reservoir. The amount of damage to infrastructure caused by the strike by municipality workers, mainly DWS, is said to be close to 4 million rand so far. eThekwini municipality, Mobeni water reservoir towards the south of the metro, was bombed in the hours of Saturday morning, according to city manager Sifo Nzuza. Now, that's actually incorrect. They've since said that it's been damaged by structural defects, but I bet, as I said earlier, I bet that structural defect was aided and abetted by unknown people. In statements circulated via media WhatsApp group, Nzuza said the incident was part of an act of sabotage that had been experienced in and around Durban following a wildcat strike by city employees. We have a strong suspicion that it is related to the illegal industrial action that is underway in our municipality. There is no amount of grievances that can justify this heinous crime, said Nzuza. The Durban Central Business District, or CBD, was brought to a standstill on Tuesday and Thursday as about 3,000 municipal workers, most of them from the waste unit and affiliated to the South African Municipal Workers Union, or SAMWU, gathered at City Hall. Dozens of municipal vehicles blocked entrances to the city centre as they settled near the hall. Rubbish was dumped from trucks, tipper trucks, and set alight. By early evening on both days, police responded with tear gas, grenades, and rubber bullets. Now, I've shown you that video footage, so I don't have to show that again. If you haven't seen it, just go to my main channel where it shows the videos at the top, and then click on videos, and then you'll see chaos. And you can click on those, and you'll actually see all the different videos which were posted a few days ago. Okay, so carrying on. Some of the workers had been on strike since last week, which led to water being cut off for days in several areas. On Workers' Day, the area was quiet, with clean-up operations by independent contractors taking place. The employees have been protesting the city's alleged unilateral salary upgrade of about 53 newly hired Umkhonto weSizwe military veterans in the waste unit at pay grades vastly higher than the rank-and-file staff. Nzuza said that as a consequence of the reservoir bombing, now remember it's not a bombing, it's just a malfunction, the city was losing millions of litres of clean water it spends millions of rand to purify. He said the act was barbaric and called on law enforcement to act swiftly. It is very concerning that the supply of water to innocent citizens is now going to be hampered, yet they have got absolutely nothing to do with impasse. The bombing happens after we have communicated clearly to the aggrieved workers that we are taking the salary dispute to the Central Bargaining Council because we do not have any jurisdiction over it, said Nzuza. The principle of no work, no pay is going to apply to all workers participating in the strike. The amount of damage to our infrastructure caused by the strike is close to 4 million rand and is growing. There is a possibility that the unions representing these workers could foot the bill. No one will be allowed to cause damage to our infrastructure and get away with it. We want to send a clear message that violence has never solved any impasse, and dialogue is the only solution where parties do not see eye to eye, said Nzuza. He apologized to residents who were bearing the brunt of the illegal strike. Speaking to ANA on Saturday, following the city's statement, SAMWU eKathini Regional Chairman Abraham Zulu said he knew nothing about the bombing. I know nothing. I never heard anything of this nature, but people mustn't say it's because of SAMWU, because workers aren't working today. The workers will be returning back on Monday, and we're going back to bargaining council where we will try to reach a settlement, said Zulu. Now, again, I just want to confirm that the latest word is that it is not a bombing. It's just a malfunction because of lack of maintenance. But it appears to me that someone has been tampering with the water reservoir which caused it to collapse. That's probably the most likely thing that's happened. Anyway, here's the video. so you can actually see the damage that's been done to this water reservoir. And please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. And remember to ring the bell so you see those two little things next to it so you get all my updates. And have a great evening. And don't forget, I'll put the link down below. Live stream with Simon Roche tomorrow, Sunday night at 8 p.m. Johannesburg time.
Okay, there's our reservoir in the bank you never see. There's the other half of it, and there's another piece there. So basically, that reservoir dumped across this whole factory. This is the devastation left behind.
News just in to us here at ENCA, a statement sent through by the eThekwini municipality condemning a bombing of the Mobeni Reservoir. Now, according to the statement that's just been handed to me, the city is calling upon law enforcement agencies to move with speed and to arrest those responsible for this bombing, which reportedly, according to the statement, took place in the early hours of this morning. And since then, the city, according to the statement, is losing millions of liters of clean water, which is costing them millions to purify as well. Here's a quote here in the statement from City Manager Sipho Nzuza. He suspects this is part of the acts of sabotage that are being experienced by eThekwini following an illegal strike that they've been dealing with. And he says here, quote, "This is very unfortunate and barbaric. We have strong suspicion that it is related to the illegal industrial action. There is no amount of grievances that can justify this heinous crime. This happens after we've communicated clearly to the aggrieved workers that we are taking the matter to Central Bargaining Council because we do not have any jurisdiction over it. It's very concerning." He goes further to say the supply of water to innocent citizens is now going to be hampered, yet they have got absolutely nothing to do with the impasse. Close quote there. The quote from eThekwini's city manager, Sipho Nzuza, following what they call a bombing of a water reservoir there, and millions of liters of water now gushing out of that reservoir and being lost. The statement goes further to call on law enforcement to track down and arrest those responsible. We'll bring you more on that story as and when it becomes available. So do stay with us here on ENCA.